Hello, and welcome to my channel for news about the reports for USA. Please follow and subscribe for more information. Let's begin. The Housemaid's trailer pits Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried against one another, but that might not be their only face-off at the end of 2025. Directed by Paul Feig and based on the best-selling novel of the same name by Freida McFadden, The Housemaid looks to be an intense psychological thriller, with some seductive and mysterious touches. The Housemaid's trailer is a great showcase for both actresses, with Seyfried's unnerving, wealthy wife going up against Sweeney's enigmatic new housemaid. It's a fun pairing, but one that could take on an additional layer if the two actresses' other big performances of the year earn Oscar nominations, pitting them against each other in real life too. Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney face off. In The Housemaid, The Housemaid's trailer sets the stage for Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried's thriller, which could portend their place as competitors for the Best Actress race at the Oscars for their other 2025 films. The Housemaid focuses on Sweeney as Millie Calloway, a young woman who becomes a live-in housemaid for Nina and Andrew Winchester. The Housemaid trailer underscores the dangerous, mysterious, and seductive elements of the original novel that made a movie adaptation a no-brainer. It also positions Millie and Nina against one another, with the trailer repeatedly putting emphasis on scenes where the two of them are alone and either faking niceties or where Nina is sneaking up on an unsettled Millie. The trailer recalls director Paul Feig's A Simple, Favor films, which also benefited from some deadly thriller elements, albeit in a more overtly dramatic form compared to A Simple Flavor's dark comedy. This trailer sets up both Millie and Nina as dangerous and mysterious figures, circling one another and manipulating one another for some unseen purpose. The fact that both actresses are skilled at playing both the unassuming hero and the calculating villain makes the film all the more exciting. Even from the trailer for The Housemaid, it's hard to tell which character is genuinely dangerous. An aura of mystery that could help ensure the final film is a perfectly tense thriller. It's an exciting pairing, especially because Millie seems like exactly the kind of role the typically terrific Seyfried would have played if The Housemaid had been made in the past. Sweeney has also proven to be a strong actor. It'll be interesting to see the depths they're able to take these two women to, especially as conflict brews. Sweeney and Seyfried are both in the conversation for Best Actress. The Housemaid might not be the only place Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney are facing off though. Both actresses are considered to be on the shortlist for potential Best Actress nominations at the upcoming 98th Academy Awards, which means the Housemaid co-stars might be in direct competition with one another for Hollywood's most prestigious award. Sydney Sweeney made a splash at the Toronto International Film Festival in Christie, a boxing biopic. Even critics who were mixed about the film, like Screen Rant's Rachel Labonte, cited Sweeney's performance as the highlight of the film. It's exactly the kind of movie that tends to do well in award season, making Sweeney a genuine contender for the Oscar. By contrast, Amanda Seyfried's potential Oscar contender is a far more singular and purposefully strange film. The Testament of Anne Lee is a dramatic musical focusing on the formation of the Shakers religious sect in the 19th century. The film earned strong reviews when it premiered at the Venice International Film Festival, with Seyfried singled out for her performance. While Seyfried is something of a dark horse contender in a stacked year where Jessie Buckley, Cynthia Erivo and Emma Stone are among the expected frontrunners, the film's unique energy and memorable elements could help propel it into the conversation even as other performances fall by the wayside. That's where Christie's broader appeal could hurt it. Sweeney's performance in Christie is being well received, but the movie has been met with a more muted reception overall. It's also possible that Christie's true story narrative in award season gets overshadowed by Dwayne Johnson's The Smashing Machine, a similar biopic about a combat sports story that's expected to be an awards contender. The release of The Housemaid could be a boon to both actresses and keep them in the minds of the Academy voters during a crucial period for nominations. This makes its holiday release all the more important, as it could tip the scales for either performer going into the Oscar nominations. Sweeney's Christie could pick up real steam once it reaches the general movie public, while the singular elements of The Testament of Anne Lee could ensure that Seyfried's one-of-a-kind performance remains with voters. The Housemaid looks to be a lot more of a genre thriller, but it could highlight exactly why these two are in the Best Actress discussion. Hollywood is about to witness one of its most electrifying face-offs as Euphoria, star Sydney Sweeney and Academy Award nominee Amanda Seyfried unite and clash in an intense new psychological thriller that's already sending waves of anticipation across the entertainment industry. The film, tentatively titled Reflections in Glass, promises to explore obsession, betrayal, and the haunting depths of the human mind, all wrapped in a stylish, edge-of-your-seat narrative that pits two of the industry's most dynamic actresses against one another in a gripping mental showdown. A riveting plot that tests sanity and truth set in a remote lakeside mansion. Reflections in Glass tells the story of Dr. Elise Hartman, Amanda Seyfried, a brilliant but reclusive psychiatrist who has built her career on understanding others, yet hides a deeply fractured psyche of her own. When she takes on a new patient, Ivy Gray, Sydney Sweeney, a young woman accused of a violent act she insists she can't remember. Their therapy sessions spiral into a chilling psychological duel where reality and illusion blur beyond recognition. What begins as an attempt to uncover Ivy's suppressed memories soon turns into a dangerous obsession for Elise. The line between doctor and patient fades as both women begin to manipulate each other in ways that neither fully understands. Secrets are unearthed, and both characters find themselves confronting the terrifying possibility that one of them might not be who she seems, or worse, that neither of them is sane. Sydney Sweeney, From Glamour to Grit for Sydney Sweeney. This project marks a sharp turn from her recent high-profile roles in Anyone But You and Euphoria to something darker, more cerebral and emotionally demanding. Known for her ability to express raw vulnerability beneath a calm exterior, Sweeney's portrayal of Ivy Gray is said to be one of her most layered performances yet. "I wanted to play someone who's both the victim and the villain," Sweeney revealed in an early interview about the film. Ivy's story is about control, about what happens when you lose it, and what you'll do to get it back. Working opposite Amanda pushed me to emotional places I didn't know I could reach early. Insiders describe her transformation as unnerving, comparing her character's duality to classic thriller performances, like Natalie Portman in Black Swan or Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl. Amanda Seyfried's chilling transformation. Amanda Seyfried, fresh off her Emmy-winning turn in The Dropout, continues her streak of complex female leads. Her character, Dr. Hartman, may initially appear calm and composed, but beneath that serenity lies a storm of guilt and suppressed trauma. Seyfried's performance reportedly brings a disturbing quiet intensity to the role, the kind that makes audiences question her motives even in her silence. Director Luca Arden, known for his atmospheric storytelling and non-linear narratives, describes Seyfried's character as the embodiment of control unraveling. He said, "Amanda brings this fragile grace that slowly morphs into something predatory. Watching her face off with Sydney feels like watching two predators circle each other, not knowing who's going to strike first. A twisted relationship as the story unfolds. Ivy and Elise's relationship grows increasingly tangled. Part mentorship, part rivalry, part obsession. What starts as a professional interaction soon becomes an intimate and dangerous connection filled with manipulation, deceit, and unspoken desire. At its core, Reflections in Glass isn't just about two women, it's about how fragile identity becomes when power shifts hands. Who holds the truth? Who's really in control? The film toys with perception, using reflections, mirrors, and fragmented cinematography to keep audiences guessing which version of reality is real. Sources close to the production claim that the third act delivers a devastating twist that redefines everything viewers thought they understood. One test audience member described the climax as psychologically shattering. You'll walk out of the theatre needing to question what's real. Behind the camera, a visionary team. The movie's director, Luca Arden, previously earned acclaim for his indie hit The Quiet Divide, and he's reportedly pushing visual boundaries again with Reflections in Glass. Working with cinematographer Greta Nilsson, the film uses mirrors, shadows, and reflections to symbolize fractured identities and shifting perspectives. The screenplay, written by Marla Dixon, has been described as claustrophobic and hypnotic, with dialogue that teeters between confessional and confrontational. Dixon, who previously wrote The Veil Between Us, said she wanted to explore how two women who should understand each other become mirrors of mutual destruction. Critical and fan buzz. Even before its release, Reflections in Glass has sparked buzz among critics and fans alike. Social media lit up when the casting was announced, with one fan posting, "S.